The topic that I chose is helping students with disabilities prepare for the workplace. I chose this topic because I am not very familiar with transitional planning, and I feel that learning about preparing students with disabilities for the workplace is an extremely important part of a student's quality of life after high school. Individuals with disabilities who choose to enter the workforce immediately following high school must be prepared for what to expect and how to deal with some of the challenges they may face. One key point that I found during my research is that the need for education of individuals with and without disabilities and what makes the integration of individuals with disabilities so successful. Both parties must have a mutual understanding of what expectations have been set and how to interact with each other. The research shows that one of the most challenging aspects of preparing students for the workplace are cultivating appropriate social skills. Educators should be practicing appropriate social skills with students. This can be done by taking students into the community, teaching students appropriate actions and responses, and encouraging students to interact with their non-disabled peers. Today, some companies are integrating disability training into their day. What disability training is a program that is run by agents who advocate for the integration of individuals with disabilities in the workplace. The actual training takes place over a few hours and allows for individuals to ask questions about people with disabilities in a non-judgmental setting. Some people are completely ignorant to what it means to have a disability or have never experienced working with people with disabilities, and the disability training is a good way to familiarize people. Another key point to keep in mind is that parents are one of the most important team members that should be consulted when creating a transitional plan for students with disabilities. Parents know their child like the back of their hand and may even already have a plan for their children of what they would like to see them do after high school. One of the articles said that teachers sometimes do not consult parents as often as they should because the parents are not very involved in the school setting and do not seem to be doing much to help their children. This is sometimes a misconception because the parents are actually having their children practice life skills out in their community, such as in a church or local store. That is why parents should be the #1 resource for consulting, should be treated with respect. Also, the last key point that I found to be extremely important relates to the Americans with Disabilities Act and the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and what people with disabilities are entitled to in the workplace. Just like in schools, students with disabilities have the rights to any accommodations or modifications they need in order to succeed. Individuals with disabilities must be taught to self-advocate to ensure that they receive the proper accommodations and/or modifications needed in the workplace as well. One of the articles gave a list of possible accommodations that have been considered and put in place for individuals with disabilities that have requested them. They are as follows: changes in work schedule, a product or piece of equipment, modifying work site, moving the employee to another job, formal education of coworkers, providing an interpreter, job coach, reader, or personal attendant, change in workplace policy, and telework. It is important that students know that these accommodations are still available once they leave high school. Overall, helping students with disabilities prepare for the workplace is not an easy task, but if enough research and time is devoted to helping the students transition, this will lead to a brighter future for the student and their family.